You are a beautiful, loving, worthy being, just as you are. There's nothing that you need to be more than just being you. Being you is about being and not doing. We have parts of us that don't believe any of what I'm saying. In order to access this truth of all that we are and all that you are, requires accessing our true self, the essence of who we truly are. Everything else, the beliefs, the patterns that are running our life, full of doubt, full of how we're not worthy, full of how we're not enough, and what we need to do to be enough. We're striving and seeking and searching. And we're doing that by going outside of ourselves. And while it's not about being alone in this journey, I can speak from personal experience and the lovely people that I've worked with for almost 17 years as a mental health counselor, offering more spiritual, holistic practices and supports to the world online. We look outside ourselves for answers. We're putting our trust in another human, could be a group, but other humans. And so for me, when I was searching, there's some wonderful wisdom. There's some wonderful teachings, and they've helped me find my path back to myself, to knowing all that I am now and that I've always been. But when we are searching for the answer, we listen to any entity, professional, anyone giving advice, that here's these steps of what you need to do to get from where you are to where you want to be. It is not that anything's wrong. Everything has served me in some way in my journey. But what I have experienced, and when I guide people to access this essence of who we truly are, this true self that I believe is connected to divine, that we are just, it's all one. You may hold different beliefs. That's totally okay. No one needs to believe what I believe. But what I now know to be truth, absolute truth, is beyond rationalization. It's beyond logic. It's beyond evidence. It's a beingness in the actual essence of all that I am. And how do I know this? The only way to know it is to experience it. It's really difficult to describe because once we start going into our brain, our mind, verbalizing takes us out of it. Now we can be in the essence of it and we can step into action in expression as I'm doing right now. All that I'm speaking to is in connection with my essence. I went into meditation before I started to record this video. So I'm aware that the thoughts, the parts of me that stepped aside, which means the doubts, the to-do list, all of those things are not priority right now as I set the intention and follow through to make the time and space to connect with the true self. Some people call it I am, doesn't matter what we call it. It's beyond needing to achieve. It's beyond needing to make anything happen so you can get somewhere and feel worthy. We are inherently worthy. What does that even mean? What are we worth? We often go to a measurement by what we've achieved. What have we accomplished? How many friends do we have? How much money do we have? All of these things are all these requirements of things that we bought into, and it started in early childhood. And what I love about this presence of all that I am, this true essence, is it is beyond any subjective, very criticizing, lots of doubt, fear at the core, which stops us from, first of all, even acknowledging that there's this true essence of self. That is a beautiful guide. Right when I connect with my true self, there is such a sense of peace. I need nothing. I have to do nothing. And then what comes in are inspirations. Whether I want to reflect and write something down, but today it led to me making this video. I'm so passionate about sharing through my experience and wisdom, and it's not going to be a good fit for everybody, but as I have found, and I have really experienced so much from people expressing, particularly on platforms like YouTube. And when they speak truths that I wasn't aware of, I can tell by how I feel. And I love it because there's so much more of this out there now. And it's not a bunch of to-dos and have-tos. Structure. All of those things. So no shortage of advice and people telling us what we should be doing. But if we're focusing on how do I get from where I am to where I want to go, we're in separation from our true self. That's a part of you, of me, that's focused on that or asking questions. And it keeps us powerless in those moments. But we need these parts. There's nothing wrong with the parts. I, in my reflection now, can see all my self-doubt parts led me to find my way to myself, because through pain, and I would say suffering, many, many years, my awareness is coming in my 50s to such a level I never could have imagined. So when I'm feeling sensations of what I'll call anxiety and fear and self-doubt and even overwhelm, I now know it means there's a part of me that needs to be loved, needs to be heard, needs to be seen, to be cherished. And that comes in ideally from our beautiful true self. But we typically seek it on the outside. We can't come into our true power as the creators that we are, creators of our entire experience. It's not see it now, it's just part of my purpose in this lifetime to expand my consciousness, to release patterns that no longer serve me, but only when it's true self-led, not led by an achiever part or a judgmental part of me that says you got to do this or else. That's often where we are choosing from and acting from. So I invite you into this space where let's be together in this community of lovely souls, of lovely humans, because we're both. We're not here to get it done, to measure up to something. other than our own internal experience and expansion of the lovingness that we are. Feel free to contact me. I love to be in the space with people, answering questions. I offer one-on-one guidance. You can access the links in the description if you'd like to know more, because I'm here to serve through being all that I am. Thank you so much.